Think of an entrance examination where 100 people wrote the examination and 10 people cleared the examination. Let us call the ones who cleared winners and the ones who did not clear as losers. When you're trying to analyze what made a winner win and a loser lose, maybe we analyze the actions and behaviors of both the parties, and we try and see whether there is a correlation between certain actions and behaviors and certain results. When we find the correlation, we also usually assign a causation to it, saying that this is a particular action or this is a particular behavior that made a winner win and a loser lose. But here I'm trying, sometimes what happens is that despite displaying those actions and behaviors, some people do not win. What happened in that case? When certain actions and behaviors were supposed to give you a certain result, why doesn't it work 100% of the time? If there is a causation equation, it should work all the time, right? But maybe it doesn't. So that made me think of some other factors that might actually be coming into play in this particular situation, and maybe this is a classic case of correlation is not causation. Let us talk about those. Let us talk about the stakes of this candidate appearing for the examination. The winner may be having higher stake for clearing this examination. The loser may not be having a higher stake. Maybe they're not interested in this particular course, right? The algorithm may be incentivizing certain actions and behavior and disincentivizing certain actions and behaviors, leading to people exhibiting those actions and behaviors causing a certain type of result. Maybe the health level of the candidate also has an impact on how they perform in the examination. The venue, how close it is to your house, whether it is in your hometown or not, whether you're going to the venue from your home or your friend's home or a hotel, maybe that has an impact on whether a candidate wins or loses. What about the sunshine level? Does a sunny day lead to high performance for certain candidates, or does a gloomy day lead to low performance for certain candidates? Same is the case with temperature. Do high temperatures lead to candidates performing better or not performing well? What about the questions? Whether certain candidates prepared incidentally for certain type of questions that were asked in the exam, did that favor them differently? What about the state of mind of the candidate? How well were they rested one day before the examination? Were they unwell? Do they have performance anxiety? What about the relative ranking? You must have observed that suppose there is an exam for 100 marks. If in one year 93 marks gives you the first rank, in another year the same 93 marks may be giving you a 6th rank. Why is that? Because you have relative ranking, and in different years candidates come with different ranks. And so what I'm trying to say is that while we can see this correlation between actions and behaviors, we may be wrongly attributing the action and behavior directly to the win or loss, whereas these could be the parameters that are actually leading to the candidate displaying these actions and behaviors and also making them a winner or loser. And so here the correlation is between these two factors, but the causation is because of these factors. Consider another very similar scenario that I am seeing. Most of us are seeing right now, where countries that perform well in combating coronavirus are discussed about differently, and we try and analyze what made the countries that have managed coronavirus better winners and what makes the other countries losers in terms of their behavior towards controlling coronavirus, and what can we learn from these countries. So think of a country that has controlled coronavirus, and you must have seen news articles that say that countries which have women leaders are able to better control coronavirus. This is a case of a correlation. There are countries that have done well in controlling coronavirus, and these countries also have women leaders. But is that the cause of controlling coronavirus? So can we say that having a women leader is going to lead to better management of coronavirus? Think of the other elements that might be coming into play here, just like the previous situation. Think of the education level of the citizens of this country that have controlled coronavirus. Maybe they are a much more educated set of citizens, and so more likely to follow rules. So if there is a rule to follow social distancing, wear masks, not going to crowded spaces, etc., maybe this set of audience is more likely to follow rules and hence leading to controlling of coronavirus. Maybe they are a more aware set of population and so probably taking precaution from day one. Maybe because they are a more aware population, they are more likely to be healthy, not have comorbidities, which is leading to controlling of coronavirus. Maybe they do not have so many serious cases of coronavirus. Maybe they did not get the right the more fatal strain of coronavirus. Maybe they're a more inclusive lot towards their sanitation workers, frontline workers, anybody who has corona, and therefore maybe that is the reason why they have a women leader in the first place. Maybe the citizens are more rational, logical, take better decisions, and so they are more interested in a leader that will lead them to a more developed economy versus a leader who is from a particular gender. Maybe this set of citizens are more respectful towards their fellow citizens, towards their leaders, and that is why they are able to abide by the rules and hence control coronavirus. And maybe the set of audience is more likely to select good leaders and therefore have chosen a good leader versus a male leader. Now think about the situation. The correlation is between the gender of the leader and the performance against coronavirus, and the causation is actually due to the citizens themselves. But we are unable to see these factors that are underlying the actual impact on coronavirus. What we can see is the gender of the leader and the final result, and because there is a correlation, we probably think there is a causation. Think more about what actually could be the root causes for a country doing well in controlling coronavirus and delineate it with the gender of the leader, and maybe we will have the actual things the country did to combat coronavirus. Think about this and let me know your thoughts in the comment section.